Government, voting sustainably. In order to determine how to vote sustainably, we went into the Rutgers community and interviewed Rutgers students, as well as members from the student government, the Environmental Protection Agency, and NJPIRG.
What do I need to live? I need a positive attitude, and I need enough food to keep me moving forward.
Food, shelter, family, and church.
In order of importance, air, water, probably shelter, and then food.
Probably do good by a plot of land to grow some vegetables on. Technically, you can survive off that. Me personally, I'd prefer to have a little job and get some money and buy some food. Maybe about $50 a week, and however much rent is what I need.
What makes me happy? Increasingly few number of things. You know, when you're a little kid, like candy makes you happy, or, you know, shiny things, depending on what kind of kid you are. But
A positive attitude is all you need. Happiness. Alright, so you gotta have enough food to eat, you gotta have a place to sleep at night, and you gotta be surrounded by good people having good times. That's good enough for me.
I mean, seeing our government want to take care of its citizens would definitely put a smile on my face once in a while. I mean, rather than just getting fucked over all the time, wouldn't that be a good feeling? I would define sustainability, it's definitely approaching a balance. If you're sustainable, you have some sort of balance with your necessities and the way you obtain them and the waste you produce to get them.
sustainability. You do things in such a manner that they can be carried out for numerous generations, and the impact that you have would still be able to make it so that people could carry out things in the same manner without really having to change their habits and still have things remain relatively the same.
Sustainability is living in touch with the forces that create life and not destroying the reproductive processes of the earth.
I think sustainability is just like being able to live with what you have at the moment, but like later down the line, like it won't be negative for you or like the people that will come after you. That makes sense.
If everybody kind of had that mindset that you only really need what you need to survive, I feel like we could live sustainably.
New Brunswick is located in the state of New Jersey, which has its own government, but federal institutions like the Environmental Protection Agency or the EPA also hold some weight.
Robert Runyon, and I'm a branch chief of the Hazardous Waste Support Branch in EPA Region 2. EPA is the federal program that was created in the early 70s to have national environmental protection. Actually, all of our programs really address sustainability, but in recent months, few years actually, we have implemented policies, particularly with respect to reducing our environmental footprint of the agency, as well as implementing green and sustainable practices among the regulatory community and the actions that we actually take. There are several new programs for developing new chemicals that are more sustainable as opposed to long-lived toxic chemicals, replacement chemicals, new processes that are sustainable as opposed to they are actually pollution prevention type policies, whereby looking at the entire life cycle of a particular product and determining at the very beginning in the planning stages that you design in the sustainability factor or the least impact on the environment in the development of that product at the very beginning.
Hi, I'm Jim Ferretti. I'm a team leader with the laboratory branch in EPA Region 2, Edison, New Jersey. We consider it a very important facet to what we do here at EPA is to give back, especially to our local community. One of our last 5 years, we've partnered with our Edison High School School District. They created a applied science program. And what it involves is taking students from our 2 high schools here at Edison Township, and the students sign up for the course. They have to write an essay. So it's not necessarily the top 10% grade-wise of that, but students who have a general interest in science. And the program involves mock interviews. So EPA representatives as well as local scientific communities in the Edison area will go to the high schools. They prepare resumes, the students in the program, and we sit down and give them a mock interview to prepare them for the real world when they go out and interview for a job.
I'm John Byer. I'm the mechanical engineer with the Edison facilities team, and we do the operations and maintenance for the Edison facility, which is our regional laboratory and the national lab of the emergency response teams. It's all formalized now in what's called their environmental management systems, where we have different parameters for like water consumption reduction, energy consumption reduction. It's a very formalized program, lots of paperwork. Hopefully within the next 2 weeks we'll be announcing a major project here where we're going to do a power purchase agreement with PSE&G where there will actually be a solar field, about 10 acres of solar panels located here on site. It's slated to cover about half of our normal power consumption, and that will actually be generated on site. It will go into the PSE&G, the local utility grid, and we'll get offsets on our power consumption based on that being generated here on site.
New Brunswick specifically is home to many people, Rutgers students and Rutgers University faculty members, all of which have the say in many different levels of government through institutions such as NJ-PERD.
My name is David Burns. I am 21. I live here in New Brunswick, New Jersey. I help recruit volunteers, and then I manage a set of volunteers who want to help with Water Watch, which would be anyone who's interested in protecting the water quality of the area, helping to raise awareness, and getting community activism going. Well, we're the public. We're not getting money from anyone, so the things that we decide on are generally going to be representative of the public. And we scrutinize our campaigns to a set of regulations, I guess you could say, like, and one of them is this a public interest issue? If it's not, if it's just for like a small group of people, we won't touch it. But and we decide on it, so there's gonna be there may be some bias. Like a lot of people don't think that public health care is for the public's benefit, but we happen to. So it's what we work on, and can't make everyone happy, but we try. My campaign was trying to help with sustainability by raising awareness about why a non-renewable resource, such as a coal plant, would be a really bad idea for the public, and by shifting away from non-renewable resources and putting more energy into renewable resources, you are approaching sustainability. Energy Service Corps is a big campaign we have here. It's a co-op with AmeriCorps, and that's basically to help promote efficiency of the energy that we're using, get our hands dirty, go into students' homes and weatherize it for them, free of charge, because we get all our supplies donated and we get taught how to use them. We're doing what we can, damn it.
New Brunswick is home to many people, mainly Rutgers students. Fortunately, these individuals have a say in what happens here at the university through the local student government.
I'm Daniel George Clark. 22 years old. First year that I was elected to student government, I served as a campus representative, and I served also on the Internal Affairs Committee. My second year on the student government, I was the Ecology and Natural Resource Management rep for my major, and I served also as Internal Affairs Chair and Parliamentarian. Something that we tried to do was to, as student government, promote events that other student organizations were doing in terms of, like the river cleanup, adopt a spot type stuff where other clubs were doing this and we're like, hey, it'd be great if we had more people here, and that we would use the voice of the student government to help advertise these things to try to attract more people from just within those clubs, but people outside of that to come and join in, frequently asking us to do them favors, which we usually do. And a lot of that too, passing a resolution is saying that you as an organization support something, but a resolution really has no teeth. Kind of like, that's why most of the UN stuff is called a resolution. There's no penalty if you don't do it. But that was a lot of what we did, resolution to support PERG doing this or that, or doing this cleanup or that cleanup. A couple times they asked us for support to run different activities, which they usually got. So I'd say it was a pretty amicable relationship. I know in the past year, one of our big pushes was trying to use less bottled water on campus. Bottled water is pretty terribly unsustainable. One of our big things is that if we're going to co-sponsor an event, that we try to get people to pledge not to sell bottled water at their event. And one of the things that we've been looking into is trying to sell bottles, and then also trying to get, on a university-wide level, get like watering stations installed where you bring your bottle up and it's free, or a nickel or whatever, and you can fill up your bottle with good, clean drinking water.
Because we live in a democratic republic, people also have a say in the government.
No, I did not, unfortunately.
Yes, I voted.
I voted November 2nd. I voted for... I guess that probably doesn't matter. Do you want to know who I voted?
We don't need that.
Okay.
Right. No.
Not a huge say, but maybe a teensy say.
No, I do not feel like I have a say.
Not really. Me personally, I guess maybe, but I guess you have to actually be willing to go out and do something about stuff. At the moment, I haven't done anything yet.
I actually didn't vote in the New Brunswick district. I went back to my hometown and voted there. But a significant say enough to actually affect anything, I doubt it.
I feel that I do, because there are a bunch of students that are active in trying to get the New Brunswick government a little more favorable for students. And
I'd say it weighs in significantly. If somebody has an environmental platform that I can agree with, then yeah, I definitely would sway towards that.
That's pretty much up there. That's a huge part of what affects who I vote for.
Definitely, they hold a good weight for me. I'm interested in the environment, so if a candidate is as well, then they will get my vote.